Hello everyone, welcome back to the OUA podcast. Today I have a special guest, Machin. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, how you been? How you been so far?
I've been doing well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How's the semester been?
This semester, I mean, it's picking up definitely with exams and everything,
Yeah.
but it's been nice. Not too hard, but yeah.
So obviously you're first year here at Algoma. So what are you studying right now?
I'm studying law and justice.
How are you liking it?
I like it. Law has always been something that I've been pretty passionate about, even in high school. So it's been nice to like really focus in on something I'm pretty passionate about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna do anything with law? And like obviously it's a long time
Yeah.
away. But is that something you want to pursue at the end of university or in your future career?
Yeah, it's definitely a career path I'm looking at. It's something that I want to be a part of, and I definitely want to learn more about. So I think I'll end up doing something, obviously, with law. I'm not quite too sure what, but I definitely do want to do something in that spectrum.
So how have you liked Algoma so far? Obviously, your first year coming to a new university. How have you enjoyed it so far?
I've enjoyed it. I like the small town feel of it. It definitely reminds me a lot of home in some aspects. Like my town is pretty small, and obviously Algoma is pretty small as well.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I feel pretty homey here. It is far, but I've been enjoying it. I've met some amazing people already, so it's been nice.
Where is your hometown from?
I'm from Cambridge, Ontario, so it's Kitchener-Waterloo area.
Yeah.
It's a bit busier than Algoma is, but it's still relatively small.
So would you say the transition from Cambridge to Algoma, would you say it was you didn't find it too bad? Or was it a lot to take in at first?
At first, it was really overwhelming, I think. I mean, being 8 hours away from everything I've known has been definitely, like, a hurdle. But, you know, going home, like, when the team's playing games and stuff, it's been pretty easy. And I still FaceTime my parents every day, so, yeah.
So transition, obviously, coming to Algoma, I'm sure you also had, like, probably a lot of other options, like you didn't. I know you didn't just apply to Algoma.
Yeah.
But what kind of made you come to this university?
I think just like the fact that it seemed like everyone here genuinely cared about me as a person rather than like almost like a recruit. Like I felt very welcome. They never rushed me to make a decision or anything, and I think that was one of the key points because obviously you want to come to a university where people care about you, and it's not just, you know, they're looking at you like as a recruit, as an athlete. Obviously that plays a big part, but they still care about you as a person, your mental health and whatnot. So that was one of the biggest factors for me to come to Algoma,
Do you think, obviously you didn't come alone, you came with, I'm pretty sure you came with Michaela.
Yeah.
So how was that kind of coming with her?
It's been really helpful. Obviously I've known Michaela for like since I was, I think, 13. Like we've been in this soccer spectrum together, we've played together, and having her here, especially through my injury, has been a major help. I could not have asked for a better person to bring down with me.
Obviously, obviously I think that's a cool friendship to have, because obviously, I feel like coming to Algoma, not a lot of people have like the opportunity of having a friend to come over, because I don't think Algoma is a university that a lot of people kind of take into consideration. So I find that kind of cool that you have someone to kind of come with you to this university. And obviously you guys are both on the soccer team. And obviously moving into that sort of aspect of your life, how have you found joining the Algoma women's soccer team?
I found it was an amazing experience for me. Despite not playing this year, I still feel like I've been a part of this like small family. Like we all look out for each other. It's not really one for all. Like it's not really like individually like you feel alone or anything. Like I don't think any point of me coming to university I've felt alone, because I've known that I've always had a team behind me. So I think joining the team has been really nice for me.
Obviously, going back before joining the Algoma's women's team, how was the recruiting process? Because I know, like, for me, obviously it was different with Coach Sam, and I'm kind of interested to know how it was with Coach Neil.
So basically Neil found me through NLU, which is a partner company with my old team. From there, he reached out and he just, you know, he said, I'm interested, I like your playing style. And from there, it was just, I came down with Michaela and we toured the school, and he put out an offer. And then from there on, like, I had time to make my decision. He didn't really rush me. And then, I'm not sure, I made my decision pretty late, but I ended up signing, and then a couple months later coming down.
Did you have any second guesses, or no, not really? Do you think it was a pretty set on decision?
It was, like, pretty set. Like, I came down, I really liked the school, and I think it was just, like, exploring all my options before I definitely knew that I wanted to make this decision. Obviously, I kind of fell in love with the school when I came.
Yeah.
I really needed that, like, reassurance that, like, yeah, I'm making the right decision.
Obviously, too, because you're from that Cambridge, like, Waterloo area. Obviously, in that area, I'm pretty sure you have, like, Laurier and Waterloo.
Yeah.
And obviously, there are two big universities. Was it kind of hard to, like, not go to those? Like, because obviously you maybe wanted to be close at home, and those are two pretty big schools. Do you think a part of you wanted to go somewhere there, like a big school like those two, or were you really set on this small school type of a style?
Well, like, personally, I'm a big introvert. I'm not really, like, a partier. I don't, like, easily make friends, and I think that, like, of course, it was, like, I still applied to, like, Guelph and everywhere.
Yeah.
But I definitely knew, like, I wanted to go to Algoma. Like, I never really thought about going to Western or Guelph, or even, like, trying to reach out to see if I could play soccer there. Like, I just kind of knew, like, Neil was definitely adamant about me coming here, and I felt like, you know, like, if he wants me that bad, then obviously, like, I'm gonna make my jump and I'm gonna come down.
I'm surprised as a soccer player you're kind of an introvert. It's kind of interesting, because obviously on the pitch you have to be very vocal, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or do you think when you're playing you step out of that kind of sort of...
I think, like, the way I describe it is, like, when I'm on the pitch, it's almost like I'm a completely different person. Like, suddenly, like, it doesn't matter about anything else, and, like, obviously it couldn't be seen this year, but I'm pretty loud on the field. Like, I like to take control. Yeah. It's just, like, off the pitch, I don't know what happens. I just kind of, like, shrink into myself, and I don't really like going adventurous with anything. So.
So obviously, with when you first came to Algoma, you guys had a very good preseason. Yeah. I believe you guys won 3 games and you tied 1. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I could be wrong. So how's that preseason for you coming in? Obviously, you know, before you got into it, how's that preseason for you?
I mean, it was amazing. Like, we played our hearts out. I think we played really good. We were winning games, and then I felt strong on the field. Like, I felt like we had, like, girls with, like, drive and stuff, and passion for the game. And it was really nice having those wins, especially in preseason. It brings confidence up a lot. So, yeah, it was definitely, it was a good thing to happen to us.
How was, obviously a side question, but when you guys win, how's that in the locker room? Because I want to be honest with you, when I hear you guys win, sometimes it's kind of quiet up there. Are these guys even, like, are they even celebrating? Because it's like, you know, a win, especially at a small school like us where you don't really get the recognition like bigger schools. Yeah. You know, I feel like I sometimes like, are you guys even celebrating the win?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely celebrate in the locker rooms. You know, we're all pretty hyped for each other. I think you guys usually see us on the bus, and we kind of got to tone it down a little bit because, you know, we don't like to brag. You know, you don't take anything for granted at this school. Yeah. Like, even though, like, you could win, you could also, like, the next day you could lose. You never know, right? So you kind of got to be humble about it. Yeah. But we definitely do celebrate.
So obviously during that 3rd preseason game, unfortunately, you did get that injury. I'm curious about that because obviously, like, I think that's probably I don't know if it's the worst injury that's happened in Algoma, but from what I've seen on my time being here, it was a pretty bad one. But obviously, I'm kind of curious, like, because what was kind of going through your mind when that kind of happened? Was it kind of an initial shock? Because I remember when it did happen, obviously it was an initial shock or whatever. Everyone's kind of, but then after when they picked you up, you were just kind of like you were kind of calm about it. But how was that?
Like, I don't really remember, like, the initial, like, getting hit. I remember everything after that. I remember just kind of, like, looking up, and Mac was right there. Yeah. And I looked at her, and I'm like, Mac, call my parents. I'm like, please just call my parents. And Mac's like, sure. Like, you know, but at first, it was kind of great. Like, I didn't know it was broken. I had no clue.
Was it your whole ankle that was broken? Or
so, my fibula broke in 2.
Oh.
And then I tore all the ligaments on the inside of my foot,
Oh.
and I'm pretty sure I dislocated my ankle bone because
yeah.
I don't know, maybe you saw it, but apparently it was flipped in a direction it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
So I didn't really know that it was broken until I got to X-rays because everyone obviously trying to calm me down.
Yeah.
Just like, it's just a sprain. We're just sending you to the hospital as precaution. And I get there and they basically just told me like, yeah, it's broken. Worst case scenario, you're gonna need surgery. 30 minutes later, they're like, yep, you need surgery. And then it was crazy. I've never had.
You never had any prior injuries before that?
Never had an injury. Never have been to the hospital. It was really fast and like.
Did you come in with an injury? Because obviously I remember during the games and even practice when I would go to get myself taped up.
Yeah.
With my ankle, I saw your ankle was getting taped up
Yeah.
too. Or was it just do you always tape your ankle?
So my right ankle, I've sprained it before, and obviously it's never been that bad, but it's kind of like a mental thing where I just feel like I need to tape it.
Yeah, okay,
obviously,
okay.
I should have been taping my other ankle
because
but it was just it really didn't bug me when I came in. It was a problem in my previous season, but it was never an issue when I got to Algoma. So the broken leg was kind of my biggest injury, I would say. Yeah.
So obviously with that injury, you kind of missed your whole season. Was it more of were you more kind of what was your mindset? Because obviously for some players it's probably just they're depressed that they're missing the whole season.
Yeah.
Well, for you, was it kind of either are you depressed or not even depressed, but how sad or whatever that you're missing the whole season, or is it just mainly your ankle? Because obviously it could be it could be a year or two, but how is that kind of?
I think definitely at first it was I was kind of well, why would this happen to me? I feel like whenever someone gets injured, the first question they ask is why would this happen to me? And definitely I went through those emotions. I'm wow, I'm losing my first season. I've had 2 great games with Algoma, and now I can't even walk. I can't stand. I can't do anything. But I think the biggest thing that kind of pushed me was seeing how much other people cared about me and how much people wanted to see me get back on the field, and everyone was so supportive. So many people reached out, and I think that was one of the motivating factors to be okay, yeah, it sucks that it happened, but also I need to push on. I need to keep going.
And obviously, after that whole thing happened, what was kind of not the aftermath, but the next couple weeks? Obviously, you said you had Michaela helping you as well. Were you just kind of just in your room all day? Was it just because obviously, I feel if that happened to me, I probably wouldn't want to come out just because it's for me, I think it's just I see all my teammates training and stuff. I think for me, I'd be I don't want to watch. I just don't want to. I would want to stay away. But obviously, you came on the trips and everything too. So how was that kind of a couple weeks?
So after I broke my leg, I had the cast on, the big cast. It weighed 15 pounds. It was heavy, and I think the one thing that I wanted to make sure of is that I was still a part of the team. I didn't want it to be I got injured, I'm gonna remove myself. I still wanted to be part of the team. I wanted to travel, so I ended up going to the game the next day.
Oh yeah.
I was at the game the next day. I remember I was so sick, but I was I need to be there. But the aftermath, it was kind of crazy because I wasn't even gonna have my parents come down. I was gonna say, you know what, I'll do the surgery by myself. Mac will be there. But they ended up coming down. I got my surgery, and then after that, after the surgery, it was just about still being involved with the team. So I would still go on trips and everything. Obviously, it was tough being in the change room. It was tough just sitting and watching my team. But I also understood I can support them in so many other ways. I can cheer for them on the bench. I can do media for them. There's other ways to be involved on the team rather than just playing. And I think that was a huge mental factor that helped me kind of focus in that you know what, I'm still gonna be 100% dedicated to my team.
Obviously, just another side question, but you did your surgery here, right? So how was that? How was your experience in the Sioux Hospital?
Actually, it was really good.
When I went one time, that was the longest wait of my life.
No, I went with Neil's wife, and she knew someone at the front desk, so I got fast tracked. And it It was definitely kind of crazy because when I went in, they basically like wrapped my leg. They said, okay, like you're gonna get surgery, but we don't have a specific date that we can give you. So in the next 5 days, you're gonna come in. So it was like a huge waiting game.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just every single day, like I wouldn't be able to eat, and then if I got a call or not would determine like if I could eat that day.
Oh.
So I think it was like 3 days after it happened, I finally got that call, and luckily like my mom and my aunt were down,
Mm-hmm.
and we waited in the hospital I think for like 5-6 hours, and I got my surgery. It was like 15 minutes.
Oh wow.
It's a quick one, yeah.
So how was that kind of now? Obviously, surgery's done. You obviously you're with the team and everything. Obviously, you're not like anymore, but the cast or whatever anymore. But like, have you been in the gym? You know, trying to rehab and everything. Or how's the whole rehabilitation process been like?
Rehab has been good. I'm in the gym. I'm working out. I'm able to do like training on my legs and stuff, but like obviously I still can't run.
Oh, you still can't run?
No, I can't run. I can't kick a ball. Like it's tough because like with the cast it was kind of like a visual representation where like I could see it and I knew that I couldn't do anything, but now it's kind of like it's definitely tough because like I look at my leg, it looks completely fine.
Yeah.
But just knowing like, yeah, you can't run.
Were you kind of nervous? Were you kind of nervous that you were gonna lose some of the basic fundamentals of playing soccer? Or you're like, was that kind of? Do you think that was gonna happen or no?
I mean, like, I think it's definitely gonna be like a relearning process.
Yeah.
You know, like obviously it's my left foot. You're not really strong with your left foot to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's definitely going to be a process into getting back to the fundamentals, especially like even like movements and stuff and footwork. Like it's definitely going to be a process in order to get back. But I'm not too scared. I think that I'll be able to get to the place where I was when I came here, if not better. At least I hope so. So.
No, that's obviously good. And obviously, I think everyone hopes that you get back on the pitch next year. And is it looking like you will be going back on the pitch next year?
I think, yeah, definitely, I will be on the pitch.
And obviously, in the summertime, you obviously do play with a club. Who do you play with?
I previously played with Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Berlin is an academy local to Kitchener. And I played for their U18 and U21 team, and I also played up for their semi-pro team.
I think their semi-pro team is in is it in
New York?
Yeah. Oh, so you got to play for them?
I got to play I think once down in New York,
Mm-hmm.
which was pretty cool. Like it's definitely like different paced here, like down there than here. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. Like I went up to New York with my dad and I played a full game for them. So yeah.
That's like a very cool experience. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
So obviously, like regardless, like not sorry, without soccer and obviously school and everything, what are things that you kind of like you enjoy besides soccer and school?
It's a very good question.
anything that kind of like takes a wrap around your whole life, especially as a student athlete.
Yeah.
I feel like obviously that first semester and even in the summer, it's soccer, like training.
Yeah.
And then obviously you have school that you have to manage. So I feel like that first semester, especially for you, obviously, like I feel like because it's such a new process, soccer school that first semester, and then next semester, again, it's off season. You want to still play soccer.
Yeah.
And still school. But how is that? Obviously, how is it actually? Obviously in university, managing your time with soccer and school. Obviously, you probably did in high school, but how's it now?
Yeah. Honestly, like in high school, I was in the IB program, so I had like a really heavy workload.
Yeah, those guys have it tough. I'm not gonna lie. I had a couple of friends who did.
Yeah, it's tough, especially with time management. But I felt like through high school, I kind of like prepped for university since I got to high school. So it's not too much of a big jump. Like I feel like managing my time, in IB, you kind of have to learn that like as soon as you get into the program. So I really don't think it was too much of a big jump, but like right now I'm just working on getting back to the field and stuff, so it's a lot of working out, a lot of early mornings in the gym with Mac and everything, so yeah. So
obviously, again, soccer and school, is there anything that you like to do like on your free time, obviously? or do you think, or does that really consume your whole
How did I
life?
consume?
I hope not.
I feel like it's a really hard question because
Yeah.
like when you ask a soccer player like what do you do outside of soccer, it's like your mind kind of blanks. But like
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Honestly, it's a lot. Like for me, it's all I think about too. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just school soccer, but because I'm curious because obviously we have other athletes come here and the responses have been a bit different. Some say they don't really, they don't really know what to do. Some have these strange extracurriculars. But is there anything that you like to do? You know, it's
I don't think so. Like I'm really into food. I feel like I'm a huge foodie. Usually like back home, like we'd have dinner every Sunday night and it'd be like extravagant meal. Like not extravagant, but like really cool meals. So I feel like I definitely appreciate like a good meal and whatnot. But other than that, like it's just really been hanging out with like my teammates and stuff.
obviously you guys have a pretty good. I feel like the women's team has a pretty good relationship, and you guys seem to be very very close. But
Yeah.
and I think that's also too pretty important with you obviously going through that injury and everything that you have a pretty supportive team.
Yeah, it was definitely really helpful. Like when I went to the hospital, Mac was like, you know what, like I'm gonna be there. And I was like, you know what, great. And it's one thing like Mac being there was really important to me, especially when I didn't have my family.
Yeah.
But also like that night, like I got back from the hospital, like the girls had got me dinner, and then like I had like
Don't see the men's team do that. joking. I hope you guys do that.
I had like an influx of like text messages, and I think everyone from the team had messaged me like offering their support, saying like, you know, whatever we can do to help. But like not only like the men's team did it too, right? Like I know you texted me after.
Yeah, we're good people.
Yeah, like just the amount of support that they've given me, especially like not having my family here. It's just been amazing. Like I'm sure like my family appreciates everyone so much. I appreciate everyone so much, and it really reiterated the fact that I made the right decision coming here.
Yeah, I think too. I think that's such a cool part about being at a small university is that like everyone was showing support. Because I feel like at a bigger university, maybe you would have got that support, but honestly, I don't even know people would even know about it. You know what I mean? Because obviously at a small school like this, I feel like I think everyone had to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's weird because like I'll be walking like down to the CC building or something, and someone will be walking behind me, and I'll keep, like the other day I heard them like turn around and they're like, "Oh, that's Machin." And I like looked at them and was like, "I don't know who this person is," and I'm like, "But they know me." Like even like the janitors, like I'll see them in the school and they'll be like, "Oh, like how are you doing? How's your rehab going?" Like it's like they actually care about you. Like they know what you've been through. They care about like your process and getting better and everything. So I think that's really cool, and I genuinely don't think that you would get this at like a bigger school.
Obviously, before we wrap up the interview, I just wanted to ask you, what has been your favorite memory so far in your first year playing Algoma?
I think definitely my favorite part is pre-game dances. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but it's amazing. Literally, like, we get, like, the huge speaker, and then we have, like, a disco ball on top of it. And just before games, like, you see, like, everyone in the change room just kind of, like, dancing.
Isn't that art? Is this here? Or
like, yeah.
Oh,
we bring the speaker, like, with us to, like, wherever we go. And it's just, like, especially, like, the first couple of games, like, we had it, like, blasting. We had everyone coming up and dancing and whatnot. It was so fun. It was amazing. And I think, that's definitely that's going to be the memory that, like, sticks with me.
Obviously, I hope you guys continue that for next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Never heard that. But obviously, I want to thank you for coming to the podcast today, and thank you everyone for watching.